What's up guys, this is Woolf from Scratch. I'm doing another Civilization 5 guide. Last time, if you're watching, I did Venice. Really cool one city challenge civilization introduced in Brave New World, and it's really nice. It sort of breaks up your strategy and you have to do a unique path to victory, if you can call it that. So last time you saw I was deciding between these guys and Indonesia, so I'll just get straight into it. To the Indonesian Civilization led by Gajah Mada. Now, before I press start, we'll note that I've done Archipelago, and the reason why I've done this is because of their unique ability, and I will explain this after the rant by the intro speaker, but the Indonesian special ability is better on a map with lots of islands. So whatever you do, Indonesia won't get the best.
Serving your queen and empire with loyalty, you're not in your path, but you succeeded in capturing what was then the entirety of the known archipelago, the first to unite what is today modern Indonesia. Mighty warrior Gajah Mada, your people yearn for a strong leader who can return them to prosperity. Will you set out to conquer the neighboring kingdoms, further expanding the glory of your empire? Will you build a civilization that can stand the test of time?
Great. Now, the special ability for the Indonesian Empire is Spice Islanders, and where the first three cities founded on continents other than where Indonesia started provide two unique luxury resources, which are, I think, not spices, rather like pepper. Pepper is one of them, and other things which I can't remember, but they're cool little. They're like, I don't know, I can't remember them. Anyway, they're like peppers, and those cities can't be raised. So it means even if you do lose it, as you'll be playing across a series of isles, so you'll almost be playing in a colonial manner, a bit like Spain, the conquistadors. If you do happen to lose that city, you've at least got a chance to take it back. Unlike if you didn't have the Spice Arms ability, another civilization could just raise that, and there's all your hard progress gone. So because of this special ability, it's the reason why I've gone on an archipelago map. Not only to take full extent of my special ability, but also that way I can sort of play out real life Indonesia, the Indonesian Archipelago. And if you've got a TSL map of Indonesia, that would also be pretty cool. So I'll go straight into their unique units now.
Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking.
So upon researching ironworking, you'll unlock the Indonesian unique unit, which is the Chris Swordsman. Like all regular swordsmen, it requires 1 arm iron. However, it has a very special promotion called the Mystic Blade, which will give you a random promotion upon encountering combat for the first time. Now this promotion isn't set to one thing, it could be anything, it's random. After all, it could be something positive, or it could be something negative. You just don't know. So, the best thing to do is get him straight into Barbarian Combat as soon as possible to make sure that you know what kind of promotion you're getting. You don't want to be going straight into battle and doing your first encounter with the enemy unit against another empire, and then suddenly getting a really detrimental promotion. So it's a high risk, high reward unit. So you need to get that Chris Swordsman into combat as soon as possible to make sure what kind of duty he'll have in the empire. Will he be home guard, or will he be leading the front of the legion? Right, so here's our Chris Swordsman, a very nice little unit, and with the Mystic Blade unknown promotion. So we'll just hit next turn, and we'll try and ice this barbarian brute, and we'll see what promotion we get. Alright. Lots of tension. Hopefully this brute doesn't run. Oh, good. Let's ice him. What do we get? We're gonna get enemy blade. So we take 20 damage if that unit will take 20 damage if it ends its turn in enemy territory. So if he didn't get a good promotion. So this unit is going to be reserved to home front duties for the entire of my Indonesian empire. So that's how the Mystic Blade works for the Indonesian unique unit, the Chris Swordsman. They look okay as well. Got a cool little sword. wibbly wobbly, stebbity stebbity. So now I'll demonstrate Indonesia's Spice Islanders' ability when you settle a new city on a different continent. Now to clarify, a continent in this game is any island that's not from your home starting position. So this little 4-tile island is counted as a continent. So I found the city, and you see I've now got nutmeg. Now the nutmeg is on this tile, as you can see. I've got 2 nutmeg, which is very useful for me to trade with other civilizations. Whatever you do, don't put the city down on another tile, such as gold, a luxury, or a strategic resource. If you do, it will overwrite that resource and you'll lose that, and you won't have it at all. So put it on a nice flat tile, obviously on the coast. That way you can connect it to your empire via harbours.
3 things are necessary for the salvation of man: to know what he ought to believe, to know what he ought to desire, and to know what he ought to do.
So upon researching theology, you'll unlock the Indonesian unique building, the kandi, not to replace with actual eating candy. It's a kandi. The kandi replaces the garden, and unlike the garden, it can be built anywhere, not just on a river or lake. The kandi works in rather unique fashion, in that you get the normal 25% great person generation, but you also get 2 faith per each 1 follower of each religion. And this sort of goes against the golden rule of how faith works in Civilization 5, in that when you have your own religion, you defend it at the utmost. With the kandi, Inquisitors are an absolute no-no, as all that bonus faith does add up. And so when you find a barbarian missionary, or capture it during war, instead of deleting it or trying to act as if cutting its head off as a heretic, keep it and spread it into your empire to get the little 2 faith bonus from the kandi, as it will add up quite nicely. So, to summarize Indonesia is best played on a map that isn't Pangaea, because that way, if you play on Pangaea, you won't get the full benefit of Spice Islanders. So as you see, I'm getting a settler now. I have my first city on this little continent. I use brackets, I use apostrophes around that, giving me nutmeg. I'll put a city up here to get the whales, of course, and I'll get another luxury resource. And then if I do another one, I'll get another, which is all at a cost of 4 happiness to make the city, balanced by the 4 happiness I get through each resource. And because it's 2, by trading with another civilization, I'll have offset that unhappiness cost by 4, meaning I would have come out through trading with 8 happiness, which is pretty damn good. Even if you can't trade, the ability to get a free luxury resource offsets the unhappiness cost for the initial cost of the building, if that makes sense. I know I haven't said that properly. The Chris Swordsman you need to test him by fire before you use him in battle, meaning send him to the barbarian camps to make sure he doesn't get a promotion, to make sure he gets a good or bad promotion. That way you'll know what his purpose will be in the future. As you see, I've been very unlucky and I've got enemy blade twice. So now I have 2 units defending the home front, which wouldn't be bad if this was an archipelago. So the kandi is rather unique, giving you faith for every religious follower of every religion. So with Indonesia as a whole, your whole strategy should be revolving sort of around faith, but as well not killing any missionaries you come across, keeping those you find in barbarian encampments. With a kandi in the city, they get a barbarian missionary, and capturing that is more important than getting a captured worker. So overall, in terms of social policies, Indonesia's probably better played with honour because of the Chris Swordsman, getting culture from barbarian killing is always useful, no matter what victory path you go down. That way you'll have a stronger military. As an early game, when you have the Chris Swordsman, you should be seeking to expand your empire by force, if need be. Archipelago, more getting rid of barbarians, but on continents, where you'll still be able to get the ability of the Spice Islanders, then you should almost be seeking to capture coastal ports from other civilizations with the Chris Swordsman. So, as you can see, Indonesia, a rather unique civilization. In terms of victory, you can either do diplomatic is a good victory, as you should be on the sea, and if you're an archipelago, you should be making lots of sea trade, your cargo ships, or you can go domination, and that is probably the one, diplomatic and domination. Domination, of course, because you have that early game unique unit to put an early game offensive strategy in mind, and that promotion will stick with that unit for its entirety. So even if you do get a bad promotion, it's probably not worth deleting that unit, as it will be useful in some way or shape or form. So that's my guide to the Indonesian civilization. I hope you enjoy, and tune in next time as I do another brave new civilization. Who will it be? Tune in and find out. That's me, Woolf out.